Hello everyone. I had a lot of people request a chatty version of the flip through for this, so that's what we're gonna do today. I made this journal and I used it last fall from like August. Oh, I haven't written in a date. From about August until Thanksgiving. So yeah, I made it myself. It's about, I think it's like 6 by 8. It has a 3-inch spine. This is a decal, vintage decal that I found on Etsy. This came from, it's like a placemat. It was like this big, and it was square, and it had this rose image in the center. So I cut that out and put that on the cover. This is the charm that I made. This little locket is actually, it belonged to my grandmother. There's no pictures in it, but it has someone's initials on the back, and I've tried for the longest time to figure out whose they are, and it doesn't fit anybody. But I don't know. My grandma gave me that. Used to wear it on a necklace for a long time, but this like edge piece here is really sharp now, and so it catches on things. So I put it on here. There's like buttons, there's little scissor things, scissor charm. This is like a little glass jar that has some dandelion seeds in there. Make-a-wish kind of thing. So yeah, so let's get into it. So this is the first page. This is a vintage airmail envelope that I found at an antique store near us. And then in the pocket, this is stuck. Okay, so this is just like a fall bucket list on some vintage ledger paper. And then this is a card at an estate sale. I'd gotten like a whole set of what is this called? Index cards is the word. And it had included some that had been used already. So this, somebody had typed out like their friend's birthdays on it. And so I did some journaling on the back of that. Stick it in that pocket. This is just a vintage postcard that someone sent me as a thank you when I ordered something on Etsy. And this is a picture from a magazine. I had liked some specific pictures from the gallery wall, and I just kind of like that busy gallery wall, so I put that in there as kind of an inspiration photo. This is some journaling about the books that I had read aloud to my kids that we had just finished at the time. And there's a quote from the book in that little pocket. This is my middleest Zoe. She's very princessy, likes to strike a pose whenever you take her photo. So there's a little quote from her, and this is a vintage paper doll dress on the page. These are some flowers that my kids had picked from me that I laminated and then put on top of this pocket. There's some journaling inside of it, and then tucked behind it is one of these little fold-a note cards with some more journaling on it. And then let's see. Oh, here, so we raise butterflies like all the time, and we usually do swallowtail butterflies. They're really common around here, and we often grow dill in our garden, so we find them on the dill. But this year, or last summer I guess, we found a monarch caterpillar, so we raised that one. So it was really neat to see how different it was, and I had managed the morning that it emerged to see it change color. So I had several photos of it as green, and then it kind of turned black, and you could see the wings through it, and then the butterfly emerging. So there's some journaling about that there, and those pictures there. This is just a drawing I did of the house that I grew up in. There's a little quote there. This vintage linen printable is from Johanna Kloff's shop. So a quote and some journaling on various lists and stuff underneath. These are some pressed 4-leaf clovers. Last summer and the summer before, but especially last summer, I just did a lot of collecting of 4-leaf clovers from our yard, and there are a ton. I don't know what's in our soil, but they grow like crazy here. I think I ended up, I don't know exactly how many. These two are numbered at 233 and 234. So this is a continuation from another journal. So over 200 that summer. This is a pocket. This is made out of a mailing envelope that I had ordered something in. There's a little tea tag with a quote on it. And inside the pocket is a photo of some writing journals that I had put in my Etsy shop, and some little like notes and postcards from stuff that I had bought that summer. Here is the packaging from some perfume, and then some journaling underneath that. These are some goldenrod flowers that, excuse me, my middleist picked for me, and I had pressed and added here. And you flip this up. This is in like a little paper bag, or not paper bag, sorry, plastic bag. You flip that up, and there's some journaling underneath. And then this page folds open, and this is a drawing that my oldest had done after watching a movie at her grandparents' house. So I stuck that there. Here, there's some journaling over here. This is, so I made this like quilted paper card and then used that as a pocket to hold just this little drawing that I had done of a quilt, based off of this quilt in the picture that is made by a woman named Kay, who had taught my grandmother to sew, and all of the patches are clothes that my mom and her sister, my aunt, wore when they were little. And I still have this quilt, and there's another one somewhere. I think my mom might have it. So that's what the journaling is about. That's where the card came from, and that's why there's a picture of me hugging this blanket. More journaling. This is from a day at the zoo that we had gone to their butterfly pavilion, and this butterfly had just like crawled all over us. They are not afraid of people at all. So that was really cute. There's another one of those 4-leaf clovers. Some more journaling from the zoo. My oldest, there's my littlest with the butterfly on her arm. In this little pocket, so there's plastic on the front, and I slipped the photo in. We went with friends, so their faces are covered there. But then inside the pocket is this little folder pocket thing that you get your membership card in, and I had just stuck extra photos inside of that, and then it slips in there. And then this card flips up. More journaling about it. A picture of my kiddos trying roast crickets, buffalo ranch flavor, which honestly are a lot better than I expected them to be, so that was kind of fun. They were all brave. This is from one of those, I forget what they're called now, but they have all these frames inside of, and they're based off of old Victorian photo albums. So I'd taken one out. There's a little photo of my middleist in there, and then there is this in the back with some more of those clovers and some just samples of the waxed cord, waxed thread that I had purchased. Some journaling here. This is journaling and some photos, and I think this is just the front of the menu from this restaurant that we went out to for my father-in-law's birthday. And here's like the chopstick packet, and then inside there is another little piece of paper with some journaling on it, and it slips in and out of there. Here's some more journaling, some stuff that my oldest had built out of Legos. And then here's a pocket. This is just a vintage playing card that's just decorating the page. There's some nail polish swatches over here from some polish that I'd sorted through everything and gotten rid of a bunch, and so those were some that I was testing and deciding about. This is just a vintage greeting card, and I wrote down a bunch of like quotes and silly things that my kids had said, just over like the course of like a month or something. So that slips in there. Here's just a picture of my middleist with her plastic Harry Potter glasses. My girls are obsessed with Harry Potter right now, so they've been wearing those around for a really long time. Here's my oldest and my youngest. Just a little like fabric swatch up here. This is just a tag from a vintage store here in town. Some pressed leaves that my kids had brought. They were very excited this year about hunting for the first signs of fall, so those were some leaves that they found. And then inside this pocket is this little paper bag, and I just slipped like a ton of extra photos in here that I had lying around and wasn't doing anything with at the time, so they went in here. So they slip in there, and then that just tucks in this little slip pocket here. Over here, these are some like travel sizes of that same brand of perfume that I was trying some different scents, and I used some star stickers to rate them. This one was my favorite. Let's see, some more of those leaves for my kiddos. Here's a pocket that I tipped in So there's a pocket up here, and then there's like a slip pocket on the other side, and a Bluey sticker because we love Bluey. I think I love it more than anybody else in the house, but it's great. These are some printouts of some emails that my grandma had sent me like years ago, and I found them in my inbox, and so I printed them out and stuck them in there so I could keep them. Over here is a business card from something I ordered. Okay, so I have admired this artist for a really long time, and then I just recently realized that she's local, and I had no idea the whole time, so that's really cool. And here's just some nail polish that I had bought and written about doing with the girls. These are some price tags from a resale shop where I had gotten my oldest a whole bunch of new clothes because she grows like a weed, and she's super tall and super skinny, and it's really hard to find things that fit her. So it's really nice to be able to go to the resale shop and look at a whole bunch of different brands and sizes at the same time. This was from a day that my husband was watching football all day, so I painted everybody's nails, and they were all so excited to be princessy. Here we had gone to a neighboring town one day for, I don't even remember why, but we had gone to a used bookstore, and then we went out to lunch, so I kept the receipt and this little business card from the restaurant. Here was, okay, so my oldest learned to cook eggs, fry eggs, and she's super excited about that. So that's what this photo is, and then this little thing with this picture of a stove from a vintage like department store catalog. Some journaling on the back, so that slips in here. And this is a vintage handwritten recipe from someone that I used to decorate the page. And then over here, okay, so my oldest taught my middle how to make toast. My middle is, she was 4 at the time, now she's 5. But she couldn't reach the counter, and so she was like, I can't reach. And my oldest just dropped down on all 4s and became her stool, and she climbed up on her back to make the toast. So I took a picture and then made her get an actual step stool, but it was really cute. Let's see. Here, my oldest handcrafted her own little hobby horse out of a big stick and some tin foil and some yarn, and they were super proud of that. Some journaling all over this page. Number 2. Oh, here is number 236 of the Clover. This was all about, we started a new homeschool co-op. We homeschool. So on Fridays, we get together with a bunch of other families, and the moms take turn teaching different topics to the kids as a group. So they get to hang out with friends and experience other teachers and do projects and crafts and learn about stuff that we might not be able to do at home. So this vintage flashcard flips up. And this is like a name tag there. Something's always said in the morning. She was so excited to get to participate because she, at 4, gets left out a lot of things. But she's not here. She gets to go. So that's exciting. This was a picture of my class that I taught, but it's a bunch of not my kids, so I covered that up. Let's see. Over here, so I tried post-crossing, which if you don't know, you sign up on the website and you send out postcards to people from all over the world, and then people send you postcards in return. Not the same people. You don't send and receive to the same people, but you get postcards from all over. So this was one of the postcards that I had received. Some journaling about a book that I read. This spread and the next page are about our trip to the apple orchard, which didn't have any apples this year. We had a really bad hailstorm last spring, and it destroyed their whole apple crop. But they have this cute little butterfly garden, and they have places for the kids to play and playgrounds. And so we still went and explored, and whatever apples were left on the trees, they let you just eat and snack on. So the girls were super excited about that. That's them in this like flower house thing that they have built. These are admission bands, and then just extra photos tuck into that envelope pocket. This is a flashcard, and it's stapled on both sides, so then this little index card can slip in and out of that. And there's some photos of them playing on the playground. This is a Disney postcard that just then, it always gets stuck, but it flips down like that. And there's some more journaling and some more photos of them at the orchard. Oh, and this is still more of the orchard, isn't it? So there's that. This was like a parking ticket, because we went for, not a ticket, sorry, an entry, like you pay what is the word I'm looking for? Like an entry pass, I guess. We went to the marina at a local lake, state park, lake recreation area. So we had paid and we went in for lunch after that. This is my oldest and our puppy. And there's all three of them. I don't know if you can see that. All three of them licking the bowl after we were baking something. This is like a nail polish swatch from a certain brand of all the ones that you could get and the ones that I had just bought and already owned and stuff. So I stuck that in there. Here's another post-crossing postcard. And this is just a bunch of little doodles from my kids. Mom is supposed to be queen. This is supposed to be a drawing of me and our dog by my middle child. This is from something I bought. And these are from, there's a local candle shop that we really like. So that's their logo on their little matchbook. My youngest two goofing around. So this page is stapled to this page to create this little pocket. And there's another photo of my puppy and my oldest, and another post-crossing postcard tucked in there. Oh, getting the post-it stuck. So here is my youngest and this massive zucchini that we forgot about at the garden, and it's like 2/3 as tall as she is at age 2. So it was humongous. Here is a pressed leaf that Zoe, so I had come downstairs and this was just sitting on like my spot, quote unquote, on the couch, and she picked it and she said, I just thought you would like it for your journal. So that was really cute. So I pressed it and put it in here. And then tip this page in so it's like a clear page between here. This is just a vintage book page that I stapled up there as a pocket. There's some more tea tags with their quotes on them. And then this is some journaling and a little like fall tic-tac-toe thing the kids had done. And then Amelia had, my oldest, at co-op they had made invisible ink, and she had written me a little note that says, "To Mom, I love you," in her invisible ink. So that all slips in here. There's like a playground in a neighboring town that is absolutely massive and has like this obstacle course and these zip lines and stuff, and it's really cool. Honestly, it's like 3 stories tall, and the kids had a blast. So we went to that. Here's our dog being Harry Potter. I don't know, we thought we were clever. She hated it, but it's fine. I got new Traveler's Notebook stuff here, so that's what all this is about. And it's just like the cards and stuff slipped into that little tuck spot. These are some jack-o'-lanterns that my little kid had done and given to me, so they tuck in there. Here we went, so my husband's landlord, where their company, the guy who owns that building, also runs a llama ranch. And so he invited us out to go and tour the llama ranch, so we did, and it was super fun. We got to like go out in his little ATV and see all the llamas in the field, and the girls got to hand feed them. These slip out for some journaling underneath. The oldest got, so apparently llamas, like, I don't know what he said, if that's how they show that they like you or they accept you or whatever, but the way they communicate is by touching noses. So if you like stick your face out, stick your nose out, hold really still, you might get one to give you a little llama kiss. And my oldest got this pretty little white thing. She gave her a llama kiss, so she was really excited about that. It was really fun to see them like walking around and see them run. I've never seen llamas run before. I've honestly never been this close to llamas before, so that was really fun. We got to see the babies, which is super cute. The girls were really excited about that. It was really neat. Here we went to the pumpkin patch, but it's more like a fall amusement park, this particular place. So here's their little brochure about all their activities and stuff, and I just cut some of the bottom of it off that to make it fit. So some of it is cut off, but for the most part it's in there, and you can kind of fold it out and see the map and stuff there. And there's a picture of the girls at the patch, and then this page. So this is like a piece of, they're famous for their apple cider donuts. So we got apple cider donuts, and this is just a piece of the packaging that I stapled on there as a little clear tuck spot. And then there's some photos and journaling in there. And then this flips up for some more. Girls did horse rides, pony rides. And that tucks in there and it kind of keeps that from flipping up too much. Here's the girls on the carousel. And this slips out. There's some more photos and more journaling in there. And then we also, the company paid for admission for everybody to go that day, my husband's company. And so they also had rented like a little fire pit spot. So here was everybody at dinner and making s'mores. This were these little, there's a whole bunch of extra photos in there, but then there's also these little paper dolls that my kids made of some Harry Potter characters tucked in there. Some Galen leather packaging from a traveler's notebook cover I had ordered. Some more Bluey stickers. My sister and I went to Junk Stock. This comes out. This is like a ticket, and this is the other side of the other ticket because she gave me hers. And here's some price tags from some shirts we had bought that someone made out of vintage maps. So we stuck those on there. And then there's some packaging from some other things that we bought, and like the lunch that we had at Junk Stock. A little sticker there. This is a picture, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a mystery van in the back from Scooby-Doo. Oh, and here's a picture of their, oh wait, no, that's something different. Sorry, that's the Junk Stock bus. Never mind, not the mystery van. But that was really fun. There's live music and there's food booths, and it used to be a lot more antique stores and vintage shopping, and now it's gotten very, like, it's kind of like a big craft show, which is fine. It's not as fun, but it's still fun to go and like with someone. So we did that. Then here is us at another pumpkin patch. We did a lot of things this fall. So this flips out. There's the girls there with their giant pumpkins. My littlest giving the thumbs up because she found the cutest pumpkin. And this is just a flashcard. This is, I bought a mug, like a glass mug in their gift shop, so that's where that's from. And then in here, a picture of my kids with the horses. They have horses there, which they loved. And then they're in there playing in their corn bin. My oldest met these other girls and they all buried her in the corn. If you're not from the Midwest, I don't know if this is a thing, but corn bins are really popular here. It's just dried corn kernels. And they let kids go in and play with them. It's dirty and it's dusty and it's a lot of fun. So they did that. Here's some, this is just more pictures from that. And then in this envelope, I cut off the top of it to create the opening, and it's just more photos tucked in there. And then I used this paper clip to keep them from falling out. And this is just like an events postcard from the place for other stuff they were doing that fall. They have this really cute thing where you can take your picture, your kid's picture next to this little like height measure. This is how tall this fall. So that was cute. Here's another post-crossing postcard and another one here. This is just a picture of my youngest. This is from a leather bag that I had ordered from Portland Leather. Picture of my puppy, us out for a walk. This is a lot of just like packaging from things that I had ordered. So postcards, this was a little quote from that company, and some like packaging stickers that they'd used. Same over here, this old journaling card there. Yeah, more packaging, more packaging, more packaging. And in here is like business cards and stuff, but it's really hard to get in and out, so I'm not gonna pull that out, but it's in that little paper bag that was also packaging. And then in this envelope is still more packaging. So I think I ordered like a ton of planner stuff from a bunch of small shops last fall, and so that's what that's all from. And I just stuck it all in there at once. So here, my sister and her kids, they're in the military, so they move around a lot, and they're very close to us right now for a while, so we have been trying to get together with them as often as we can. So we went to the zoo with them. So there's some pictures. This is from the brochure, and some journaling, and some stickers from the gift shop, and photos. All the kids together. This is from Halloween. It's very chunky over here, as you can see, so I'm sorry if you can't really see very well, but this book got really full. It's not even finished at the end. There's a lot of blank pages, but I do journal from front to back, usually chronologically, because I feel like if I were to flip around, that I would avoid certain pages if they weren't my favorite, or like that, like I'd miss out on. I feel like I can be more creative with constraints. So like when I am faced with whatever the page is, I'll work with that page and make it work somehow. Whereas if I got to choose, then I might be less creative because I would choose the easy way out. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's just kind of my thought about it. So anyway, this is from Halloween. This little tag tucks behind this photo, and I wrote down what each of the kids were, and just some like little notes on the day. And so my oldest wanted to be a skeleton, so Grandma made her the skeleton costume, and the middleest wanted to be a mummy. It's really hard to see in this photo, but so she got Grandma to make her a mummy costume. And the youngest, for the second year in a row, her name is Story, and so we put her in her pajamas, and she was a bedtime story for Halloween. I don't know how long she'll let me get away with that, but for now it's really fun. And this is just like a tag from something that we bought. I think it was from like note cards that I bought. Here's some journaling about the Hocus Pocus 2 video. My sister and I have loved Hocus Pocus since we were kids, so we were really excited for the second one to come out. I didn't like it. I don't know if you did. That's fine if you did, but we were not fans. But anyway, so that's some journaling about that. This is from an event the Children's Zoo does. They put on like a little trick-or-treat thing. So this is a paper bag that has like this tag, a photo, and this tag with some more photos of us from that event. And then here's the kids in all their costumes. This time they were a ghost and Snow White, and I think this is like a dragon costume. We keep all of our costumes just in like a dress-up box, and the kids play with them year-round. So it actually makes it really nice at Halloween because we don't always have to create something new. They just pull something out of their dress-up box. So that's fun. This is just from some candy that they received at the trick-or-treat event. This is them carving their pumpkins that they got at the pumpkin patch. And this is like a little pocket that I made from a tag and a junk mail envelope, and then this little piece of paper, this little like tab stapled to it, so it slips in and out of there. So the journaling is done on that. And then this is just like a paper bat from a kit that we had gotten, where you like hang them on the wall. We hung them from above our dining room table. We have this like chandelier thing, so we hung them from the chandelier, and it actually looked really neat. This is something my kids made out of construction paper, and it's super creepy. I think it's supposed to be a bunch of Halloween decorations, and hung them around the house. Oh yeah, okay. So I think it's supposed to be a vampire, but I came down the stairs and turned into our dining room, and so you're facing a window, and this guy was taped to the window with hands on either side, like he was looking into the window, and it was super creepy. The kids had just made it and hung it up, and they thought it was hilarious, and so I took that down and put that in here, and I wrote about that there. This is some stuff, like some quotes from Brandy Kincaid's Strawberry at Hope mailer. This is some journaling. There's like a little local park that I think his family maintained, like just the people that live next door made this park for kids. It's really cute. So we went to that. This is from that candle shop I talked about, and this is just a photo of me and my dog, and another one of those post-crossing postcards, so it's tucked in there. This is about, so that hailstorm that destroyed all of the apple crop at the orchard also destroyed our roof and our siding and a lot of stuff, and we're still not done fixing all of that almost a year later, but we, as part of the deal, we re-sided the house, and so it was gray and now it's white. So there's just a little before and after photo there. This is about my middleest's birthday. So this is some wrapping paper from a gift my sister sent, and she wanted to go to Texas Roadhouse, to a restaurant, out to eat for her birthday. So there's a business card from the restaurant there, and this is just some journaling there, and there's a picture of them at the restaurant. And so that's just paper clipped to the page there. My oldest and my husband got to go to the football game at the university. It's my oldest's first football game in person, so she was really pumped. So they went to that. We lost, but that's kind of that's what we do right now, is we lose the football games. So we're all hoping for better seasons in the future, so we can go to another game and actually win. But my daughter didn't mind. She still had a lot of fun. So this is some journaling about when the kids were sick. There is that quilt that I talked about from my grandma. This is just some packaging from some shoes and another postcard from Post Crossing. So this postcard is from a CC, which I had to laugh because the person who sent it was telling me about a CC, and I've actually been there. So I have been in that building right there. That one, been to that one, been to that one. So that was really fun. So you can, once you receive a postcard from someone, you can go online and you have to report that you received it. And so you can also message then the person who sent it to you. So I got to message that person and we talked about a CC, and that was a lot of fun. It was really cute. Not cute, that's not the right word. It was cool. Here is a painting when my kids did. My youngest with a tray full of candy in front of her and a toothbrush. Oral hygiene. Here's a photo of my puppy, and she was cuddling me a day that I didn't feel well. She knew it, so she crawled up on the couch and snuggled, which she never does. So wrote about that there. And so that tucks into this little page pocket here. This was from a clay class that my oldest had taken at one of the local art centers. And this was when she went to pick up her projects after they'd been fired in the kiln. They were in a paper bag, so I took out where it had her name and stuff on there. This is their little project reminder card, like come pick your stuff up. Another painting from one of my kiddos. This was something from, we had gone out to an estate sale one morning to try to get some little Santa head mugs, because I have a small collection of those. And I really wanted, they had like a full set with a picture and everything. And so I dragged the kids out early in the morning before co-op one Friday to try and get them, and we didn't. We missed. I think we were 17th in line, and someone in those 16 people ahead of us had already bought it, which was fine. But then afterwards, to make up for making them stand in the cold, I took the kids to Starbucks and we got them all hot chocolate. So here's some journaling that slips behind that photo there. Let's see. This is from, so it's like a quote, but it's from this book where each set of words or each word is then in a word search. But it says a quote, or some of them are Bible verses or stuff like that. So I had cut that quote piece out, put that there. This was something my middle girl had written mom on a piece of paper with some other stuff, that I cut that out. And this is like a diffuser leaf project that the kids have done on either side. This is just a vintage flashcard pocket, and there's a whole bunch of order packaging in here. And then in the back, this is just a thank you card that a friend had written after their wedding for the gift that we had sent. My husband was in the wedding and stuff, so they wrote a nice little thank you card and sent that. That's tucked in there. Here is another full page of that word search book. So the quote's down here, and you find all of the pieces of it up here in the word search. So just stuck that on there. And then here's this is the last signature. And I was really trying to finish the whole book before I switched over to Christmas, because I was doing a separate Christmas journal. So a lot of the last signature is blank, which is fine. It doesn't bother me, but I love this paper, so at least I can look at that. This is like a countdown, like a little daily countdown that my oldest kids had made. Just on the back where it has it. It was counting down, made by the oldest, counting down to the middleest's birthday, which was really sweet. And then this was like a to-do list on it. It says, make journal full page, pray, rest and read time. So she was checking off all the things that they did that day. This is another one of those matchbooks from the candle shop here. And then this is some business cards from a jewelry shop, and a little, oh, this is a note from our aunt and uncle. They always send out mail to all of the grandkids. So I put that in there. And then this is business cards from the jewelry shop where we got my wedding ring replaced because it was sitting on, my ring was sitting on an end table next to a couch, which is where I usually put it. But my youngest daughter was going through this phase at the time where she liked to put things away, but away meant in the toilet. So like we would go into the bathroom and lift up the toilet lid, and there would be like laundry shoved in the toilet that we had let her put away or something. So that was really fun. She doesn't do that anymore, thank goodness. But while that was happening, my ring disappeared, and I'm fairly certain that it probably ended up in the toilet because she likes small and shiny things. So I think she took it and put it in the toilet, and nobody noticed, and it got flushed, and so it's probably in, we have a lagoon, and so it's probably in the lagoon. So that's not fun, but we had ring insurance on it, and so we got it replaced with a different jeweler. Our original jeweler was actually my husband's uncle because he owned a jewelry store, but he has since retired, and so we found a different jeweler and we worked with our insurance and we got it all replaced with an entirely different ring. But so it's fine, it worked out. It's a little sad, but at least there's a good story, and someday I can razz on her for that. I have no proof that that's what happened, but I'm pretty sure that that's what happened. So here, this is just a photo of a pretty tree with some real bright foliage. This is like a tea packet from my favorite herbal tea. This is a photo my sister sent me of us on Thanksgiving. This is my sister, this is me. This was like at least 10 years ago, maybe even a little longer. From us on Thanksgiving, we were going Black Friday shopping. Back when that used to be a thing, you'd get up in the middle of the night or stay up and go Black Friday shopping early in the morning. So that's from that. A painting from my littlest. This is some journaling from Thanksgiving. We had made like a chocolate, well, my husband, he's the cook and the baker of the family, but he had made this chocolate mousse, and we watched the Great British Bake Off, and they always do, when they do their whipped egg whites, they hold the jar up over their head, and if it doesn't fall on their head, then it's stiff enough. So he did that. So we got a picture from doing that. And then this is a picture of us, well, not me, but all the kids and my husband, our in-laws. We live on an acreage with my in-laws, and so they are over the tree line, their house. So for Thanksgiving, to go to Grandma's house, we just had to walk across the field. So this is everybody hoofing it to Grandma's house on Thanksgiving. And then after that, it's pretty much blank for the last few pages of the book, except for this page, this little pocket made out of a vintage envelope, and this little "Mom, I love you" heart hanger that my oldest had made for me is tucked in there, but otherwise it's blank. So that's this book. I hope that you enjoyed the chatty version of this. There's also just a quick flip set to music on the channel if you're more interested in that. I can link that below. And if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I will see you in my next video.